let's go to the next part. So the next part is the IELTS challenge. And we are also going to hear a audio clip and answer some questions. So yeah, let's hear the first one.
Okay, right. Now, obviously insurance is an important thing to consider, and our companies are able to offer very good rates in a number of different all-inclusive packages.
Sorry, could you explain a bit more?
Yes, sorry. There's really 3 rates according to quality of insurance cover. There's the highest comprehensive cover, which is premium rate, then there's standard rate, and then there's economy rate. That one will only cover the cost of the contents second hand.
Oh, I've been stung before with economy insurance, so I'll go for the highest.
Mm-hmm. And can I just check, would you want home delivery or to a local depot, or would you want to pick it up at the nearest port?
The port would be fine. I've got transport that end.
Fine. And will you be paying by credit card?
Can I pay by check?
Okay, that was a short one. So the questions are, the lady was talking about insurance coverage. It's yet again a yes or no type of question. And then the second question is, the guy will pay using a debit card. So again, yes or no? Okay, the results are in. So the first question, yes, won by 97%. I believe that's the highest we've gotten so far. Also, second one, no one by 56%. Let's see what the instructors think.
So I'm with the audience.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to go with the audience, yeah. I agree. She was talking about insurance coverage, and she asked him all about it and said insurance repeatedly, and we all love these conversations with people if we want insurance coverage. So, but right at the end, she asked if he'd like to use a credit card. So maybe if someone only heard the word card, they might go with debit card. But he did ask if he could use a check, which no one does anymore, but okay, use a check. So.
In the United Kingdom, there's still a thing.
Not in America. Nobody's doing that.
I was at a Best Buy a couple weeks ago, which is a store to buy electronics. And the guy in front of me had a check in front of him, and he was writing it. So I guess people still use it, just I guess older generations. But yeah, my internet was cutting out, so I think I heard I heard the insurance agent asking him, do you want to pay with a credit card? And I think he asked if he can use a check instead. So I think the answer should be no to the second question. And for the first question, yeah, obviously it was about insurance coverage and about full coverage and comprehensive coverage and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, that seems, the first one seems right with the majority, because in the beginning she was talking about insurance coverage, and then the guy did pay with a check, and like I'm pretty sure we all mentioned, no one does that anymore. I'm pretty sure the last time, actually every single time I see someone do that, it's some old person at Walmart or something. So
you're just jealous that you don't have a checkbook. That's why.
No, that's not true.
I actually gotta say that the first and for the moment only time in my life that I've used a check, it was here in America, like a few weeks ago. But it was, for big purchases. So, but yeah, I guess no one uses it like to do groceries shopping.
Yeah.
Pietro, you got put into the old people category.
I know. I am.
No, I'm pretty sure they made you get a check. That's why you paid with a check.
Exactly. Now I have this checkbook. Now I need to use them. Otherwise.
Oh, they expire, huh?
I'm gonna buy candies with checks.
You can send me a check if you want. I can send you.
That was really great. That was amazing. I guess we can move to the second sample.
You will hear an extract from a talk given to a group who are going to stay in the UK.
Good evening and welcome to the British Council. My name is John Parker and I've been asked to talk to you briefly about certain aspects of life in the UK before you actually go there. So I'm going to talk first about the best ways of making social contacts there. Now, you might be wondering why it should be necessary. After all, we meet people all the time. But when you're living in a foreign country, it can be more difficult, not just because of the language, but because customs may be different. If you're going to work in the UK, you will probably be living in private accommodation, so it won't be quite so easy to meet people. But there are still things that you can do to help yourself. First of all, you can get involved in activities in your local community. Join a group of some kind. For example, you'll probably find that there are theatre groups who might be looking for actors, set designers and so on. Or if you play an instrument, you could join music groups in your area. Or if you like the idea of finding out about local history, there'll be a group for that too. These are just examples. And the best place to get information about things like this are either the town hall or the public library. Libraries in the UK perform quite a broad range of functions nowadays. They're not just confined to lending books, although that's their main role, of course.
Okay, so the questions are, the group is planning to visit the A, United Kingdom, B, France, C, USA, D, Azerbaijan. And the second question is, the speaker told the group that the best place to get information is the public library. So it's a yes or no question. Okay, so United Kingdom won by 90% for the first question, and yes won by 82% for the second question. Let's hear our instructors.
Yeah, we definitely agree with both of the answers.
I guess he doesn't say United Kingdom, he says UK. And I guess if you're not paying attention, it might sound like USA, but for the most part, if you're paying attention, he says UK. So
even just because of the accent.
Yeah, exactly.
That definitely gives it away. I agree with that. That second question, I've got to say, though, could be tricky. I mean, it's not wrong. The answer is yes, but he said the town hall and the public library were both the best places. Though he's a liar, Google is always the best place.
True.
And pubs as well. In the UK, pubs are very reliable source of information as well.
Pubs?
Pubs. Yeah.
Oh, that's where I would be if I went.
Yeah. Oh, you can talk. Yes.
Thank you. I agree with that. It's United Kingdom, UK. And the second question is also right, but as a person who lived in the UK, that's not definitely a public library if you want to get information. And British people are very nice. You can ask any question to random persons. They will say anything if you want.
Yeah, as long as, of course, you know the abbreviation. First one seems pretty straightforward. Second one, he most definitely mentioned two of them, threw me off again. But yeah, I guess I'd go with yes. Even though there were two mentioned, I guess the library, since books are so fun, it's the best place you could go.
Yeah, that was, I guess, the answers to those questions. So yeah, this is the third sample, and let's hear the audio clip.
The other thing I wanted to ask you was, did you find it hard studying with the Open University?
You mean because you're studying on your own most of the time? Well, it took me a while to get used to it. I found I needed to maintain a high level of motivation because it's so different from school. There's no one saying, "Why haven't you written your assignment yet?" and that sort of thing.
Oh, dear.
You'll learn it, Paul. Another thing was that I got very good at time management because I had to fit time for studying round a full-time job.
Well, I'm hoping to change to working part-time, so that'll help.
What makes it easier is that the degree is made up of modules, so you can take time off between them if you need to. It isn't like a traditional 3 or 4 year course where you've got to do the whole thing of it in one go.
Oh, that's good, because I'd like to spend 6 months traveling next year.
Huh, it's all right for some. Then, even though you're mostly studying at home, remember you've got tutors to help you, and from time to time there are summer schools. They usually last a week. They're great, because you meet all the other people struggling with the same things as you.
Oh.
I've made some really good friends that way.
Sounds good. So how do I apply?
Okay, so that's the audio clip. And the questions are, the guy wants to spend 8 months traveling. So yes or no. And the second question is, they were talking about studying at open universities. Again, this is a yes or no question. So let's see what the audience thinks. Okay, so the answers are in. For the first question, no won by 79%. And the second question, yes won by 85%. Yeah, let's see what our instructors think.
So for the first one, it's no, I agree with no, because he mentioned 6 months traveling. And then for the second one, I heard the lady say, even though you're studying at home. So for me, I would disagree with the majority, and I think it's no, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
I think it's no. I don't think he wants to spend. I think I heard 6 months traveling, so I'm gonna have to agree with the 31 people that voted for no.
And the second question?
They were talking about studying at open universities. To be honest, I don't know.
So I did hear him say it at first, actually. It was the very first sentence of the video. So if you missed just that very first sentence, they never said it again.
Yeah, Emily is right. I also heard, and she talked that it's hard because no one is asking about your assignments, anything else. So you need to do your own time management. So Emily is right about the second question.
Yeah, the first question, I heard 6 months, and second question, the first sentence completely blew right past me. I probably, from everything else that I heard, I probably guessed no, but then I didn't know the first sentence was even there. So I'd go with the majority.
What threw me off is that it's the second question, not the first question, even though the answer to the second question was the first sentence in the video. So I was like,
I'm not even familiar with the term open university. I've heard online, which is kind of what they were describing, but open sounds like it should be like outside, maybe, or something. So I heard that's
maybe.
I'm not familiar with open universities either.
Yeah, it sounds like something out in the nature, one with the wild. But yeah, I guess we can move on to the very last part of today's session. So it's the radio challenge, and we have one more audio clip to listen to answer these questions. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Amika Narker, and welcome back to Brave Talk. In today's episode, we're talking about a brave story about my best friend and an outrageous fire. When my friend was walking down the street on a normal sunny day, she saw smoke coming out of a house. And she was like, maybe it's a barbecue, because that's what other people thought at first too. But later she saw smoke and flames, more of them just coming out of the house. And she was like, this is not a barbecue. So she called for help. She called her parents and she called her neighbors, which is what most people would do if they see a fire. So, while they're taking it out, the fire department's on their way and everything, and they're still trying to take it out. It's been like a while now. And they're like, why isn't this fire dying down and everything? So they found out it's actually an electrical fire, so you need sand for that, and they had no idea. They were just like scared that it's a fire and that you take it out because the whole neighborhood would have gone down. So the first thing they did when the fire department took it out is they all congratulated her because without her help, no one would have realized that there was actually like a bad fire going on. So the next week, the fire department and our community surprised her with the mayor, the fire department, and the news channel. So when everyone came and they congratulated her, the news channel was asking her and her family questions about what they felt, about what happened. So then she got to try on some gear, which is really fun and cool. And the mayor and the fire department, both of them, gave her an award that said, "You're a hero," because she actually did save the community.
Okay, so the questions are, the smoke was because of A, barbecue, B, fire in the house, C, fireworks, D, all choices are wrong. And the second question is, when you see smoke coming out of a house, you should call A, Mo Salah, B, firefighters, C, Pio Petro, D, Ed Sheeran. Not gonna lie, these are really interesting.
I vote for Mo Salah.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran here as well.
Hey, let's vote for Pio Petro.
I mean, Ed Sheeran and Mo Salah may not put out the fire, but it'll at least be a memory.
I agree.
Okay, the results are in. So the first question, fire in the house, won by 38%. The second question, firefighters, won by 97%. And I see that someone actually voted for Pio Petro. So yeah, that one person, you're amazing.
Take his name. We'll send him a nice gift.
So yeah, let's hear you guys.
So this is one of the few questions where we get like a lot of mixed opinions. So we have 11 people that voted for barbecue, 14 for fire in the house, and 1 for fireworks, and 11 for all choices are wrong. So the girl said that at the beginning she thought the smoke was from barbecue, but then later they found out that it was an electrical fire. So if it was an electrical fire, it's not from barbecue. And I guess it can be from the fire in the house, but the fire came from electric fire. And it's not fireworks. So I don't know if I should vote for fire in the house or if all the choices are wrong.
Yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, I think the thing that threw someone off was the fact that the first thing that was mentioned is barbecue, and then I think it's fire in the house. I'm pretty convinced, and then the origin of the fire was probably some electrical, appliance or something in the house. But I guess maybe the people who chose all choices are wrong is because of they were looking for the exact match.
Electric fire, yeah.
I'm happy with this idea. And yeah, when it comes to the second one, we know the answer, but I would like to call Mohamed Salah. I'm a big fan of Liverpool. And Ed Sheeran, but it's firefighters.
Yeah, I'd most likely agree with well, actually, obviously, I'd most likely agree with fire in the house, because I mean, I could see why people got thrown off. Like, fire in the house and barbecue were mentioned. I don't remember fireworks. Maybe there were fireworks. I don't remember them though. But that's most likely why people would have gotten thrown off, because barbecue was like practically the second to first sentence there. And then, yeah, I think it's pretty logical to call firefighters if there's a fire. Most of all, will just kick the fire out of there,
Just because we don't have Ed Sheeran's number. That's the only reason.
I mean, if I had Mo Salah's or Ed Sheeran's number, I wouldn't wait for a fire to call them.
Correct.
That was great. That was very great. I like this discussion. So yeah, the audience, so you guys have a homework. Please watch this lecture and Dr. Yasib El-Shaib's interview. I believe it is tomorrow, and it will be moderated by our very own Ms. Rahima. And you can watch it on Arab Guru YouTube channel, and please answer the quiz in your Google Classroom. So thank you guys. This marks the end of our first session, and I just would like to thank the instructors for being here and being part of this great project. Also, thank you attendees for being here and just participating very actively. Stay safe, wear a mask, and have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Shahad, and thank you for all the instructors and for all the students and for Dr. Ahmed Al-Garhi for organizing this. So, thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.